Dear Log, ever since last year, I have been pining to try making storytime animations. After all, I have been drawing on compressed tree pulp all of my life, and boy oh boy, would I like to share some crazy stories on my end. Okay, enough with the tree puns, for now. But first, I like to start things off by saying, hi, my nickname is Al, I like the smell of water, and my favorite color is clear. Just kidding, it's various shades of brown. And now, for my first video, here is a list of the top 5 basic things about this little sprout in general. Number 1. My personal art journey. So yeah, I'm one of those people that's been drawing forever. Ever since I picked up a Crayola, I started doodling on boxes and walls and even yellow line paper. Yellow line paper? Oi, what was I thinking? Oh yeah, I was just 2 at the time. I used to try and draw animals a lot when I was a kid, but I was never really good at them for some reason. Then I practiced anime for a few years, but drawing people got boring to me, even though I strangely got good at figure drawing. So, when I was introduced to anthro art, it was the best of both worlds, and it sure did save my butt many times when I needed funds to cover unexpected expenses. Phew! One day though, thanks to the flip note on the DSi XL, I discovered that I'm the animator type artist, mostly due to my quick draw abilities, to which folks always complimented on. So now I'm deep into practicing and learning animation techniques. It has been a crazy art journey on my end so far. But art is not the only hobby I'm into. Winky face. Number 2. Photography. So, I like to play the N64 game Pokemon Snap in the real life. For those that might not know the game, you pretty much ride in a cart that follows along on a track, while you take pics of wild Pokemon that are along the sides of the path. I like to do the same thing, but with my car. When I come across wildlife while driving by, I quickly pull over like a loon and start snapping away with my Nikon camera. You have been warned if you go carpooling with me. Grin noise. But that's not the only means I take when it comes to shooting dim critters. Yuck. I also like to go hiking into the woods to find the beasts to shoot with cam to lose myself in the middle of nowhere. Pardon for my random habit of getting into musical parodies there. So yeah, overall, art might be a bit of a addictive hobby to me, but wildlife photography is my passion. It's what makes me feel alive. That's my dream job if the opportunity ever arose. In the meantime, I just make calendars during the holidays with my best shots of the year and give them to friends and family. Because everybody knows the best gifts you can give are the ones you can make. Cheep! Cheep! Shoo! Shoo! Wait! Let me photograph you, little yellow burbs! 3. School. Here's a fun fact about me. I ended up going to 10 different public schools. Why? Well, because my mom owned 2 homes in 2 different states. So it was a back and forth situation while growing up. I've gone to 5 different elementary schools. 2 of them were Catholic schools, 3 middle schools, and 2 high schools. Overall, my education is pretty much shot because of the situation. It didn't help that different states were at different levels of education from one another, so it made it pretty difficult to grasp how the school system worked in the first place. Also, missing most of 4th grade didn't help either. That was when Kaka got real when it came to learning things. What is this alien math problems I've never seen before? Wait, I'm supposed to solve 30 of them in a minute? The F-bomb? So pretty much the entire time, it was all a blur while things went over my head. And when I finally understood the process in senior year of high school, I graduated. Go fig. Number 4. Family. At the moment, the current family that I'm living with involves my bae, nicknamed Chi. Is there anything you'd like to say?
So, is this how you're gonna draw me?
Is there anything I should change?
I want an elephant trunk shooting rainbows!
Okay. Boop. Yeah, this is gonna be a one-time thing. We started dating since 7th grade, and together we have 3 pets. The first one is a princess ninja kitty named Magpie. His personality is so adorable, we spoil him like royalty. He's also somehow able to hide in plain sight, like a true ninja, thus the nickname. The next one is a tiny tiger named Osi, which at the moment stands for Orange Chungus, because lately, in the past few years, he's transformed into a surprisingly heavy fluff ball. Sometimes I call him the annoying orange because he screams like a banshee for attention. Aw, Squeaky! Overall though, he's awesome because he welcomes everyone right away that comes by our place. And he saves us from harmful biting insects, like the spiders. Yep, he's a keeper. The third pet I got is a chocolate beagle named Eclair. She is just as sweet as the dessert, but sometimes she could be a derp of a log dog that sounds like a pig when following her nose, just like the hound dog that she is. To me, she's perfect, up for hiking with me all day, or just laying around with me like a couple of potatoes watching Soooo. I also got some crazy stories with her to tell as well, for another video. And now number 5, other Soooo. So the other things I like to enjoy are binge watching anime and TV shows, reading manga and books on rainy days, build a blanket fort and play video games in winter, listening to soundtracks from games and movies when I art, and going to nerd raves at conventions. Also, I'm super gullible to dad jokes, and I'm pretty decent at what I like to call it, playing the hand ocarina. For example, ahem. Ta-da! So that's all I can think of off the top of my head, for the moment. Ha! Whew! So yeah, that pretty much sums up the basic info in my little corner of the universe. Overall, art has been my voice on figuring out and releasing my thoughts on paper. But it wasn't until last year that I came across storytime animations on YouTube that lines up exactly how I've been expressing myself.
I remember back in the early YT days when vlogging was starting to trend. Oh, how peachy keen I thought it was to make a show on sharing what's on your mind.
But I really felt uncomfortable being in front of the camera. Damn body dysmorphia. If only I could vlog with my art. Oh well. Oi, that's the story of my life right there. Well, better now than ever. I'm really looking forward on sharing good times, as well as maybe reviews on Soooo, or whatever sounds neat to try. We shall see where this channel goes. Grin noise. So usually at the end of other storytime videos, all of the fan art is posted at the end. But since this is my first video, I'll just have to improvise. So, this model of fan is what I grew up with for most of my life. We had more than one, and it did the job great in summer. Kinda wish I still had it these days. This model of box fan helped a bit in the SoCal heat, even though the house was hotter inside than the outside due to poor insulation. Oi. It was a really dated house. But at least I'm out of the sun. Yay! This fan was attached to a hat with a solar panel on top. I thought it was a brilliant idea when I was a kid, and I wish I was able to get it that summer. But I didn't have 2 nickels to rub together at the time to get it. Rats! Here's another fan with a squirt bottle that created a cooling mist, which really came in handy while waiting in lines for hours at theme parks in the summertime. Oi. For some odd reason, I never really had an overhead fan in my life for very long. Weird. Here's a type of fan that custom art can be put on it. Sure would be fun to make some myself for all the possible fans out there. Winky face. Oh wow, we're at the end of my first video. If you watched the whole thing, thank you so much. I hope you'll enjoy what's to come here. Well, I guess I should make myself like a tree and bounce. Tee-hee! Thanks again, and catch you around!